in control against our Tosis debate and keep going back and forth.
That'll be easy.
War field stabilized. When I turn up the heat, we gotta move.
It is June 6, 2013, and this is State of the Game. I'm your host, JP McDaniel, and today on the show we have MrBitter from NASL. We've got mOOnGLaDeau all the way from Australia once again because he has returned home after the WCS NA event. And then, of course, John, where do you actually reside? John from the internet? Is that
That'll do. That works.
TotalBiscuit from the internet.
I'm told North Carolina isn't really a state anyway, so I think it should be fine. Internet.
TotalBiscuit from the internet. So let's start with Ben. Ben, I'm just coming out right out of the gate. What's going on with NASL? Are you guys okay over there? Is everything good? I see people still alive in the office. What looks like it.
We are fantastic over here. You picked a hell of a week to have me on, man. Like this week, I've got a lot of JP. I can't comment on that, but things are excellent here in the NASL section of the world, and we got a couple of StarCraft broadcasts coming up in the next couple of weeks, so it's gonna be
nice.
Be killer.
Nice.
It's not like it's not a big secret. We're gonna be helping with the Anaheim broadcast. We'll be casting some of that stuff from our studio here, and hopefully we can announce some more of the excitement that's coming. So we're just fine, man. There's a lot of StarCraft on our horizon.
Okay. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. The past couple of weeks, which you might have heard, you might not have heard. I've just been on like death watch for NASL each week, making sure that you guys are still alive and well. So
is he dead yet?
It's good to hear.
The death watch is unnecessary. We're not going anywhere for at least the next couple of weeks.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. mOOnGLaDeau, you're back from New York. We'll talk about WCS NA a little bit better, but just talking about the experience you were on while you're in New York, but now that you're home and everything, do you miss the experience? Do you miss living in New York for like almost a month, right? You were there for quite some time.
Yeah, a few weeks. It was a great experience for sure. It's definitely a really cool city to visit. I won't miss the all-night traffic and whatnot. Trying to get to sleep there was
oh Jesus, yeah,
quite difficult to say the least. But no, I loved it, man. I can't wait to. I hope I can win another trip.
The last time you were on the show, we were asking what you have eaten thus far. Did Sundance or Shibby ever take you out like I promised?
Oh, man. Well, I had a lot of New York pizza. I got that shit well out of the way. I had like 3 different kinds of pizzas. But besides that, I went to a lovely dinner with Juani. We had like steak and snails over candlelight. It was really nice.
Nice.
And,
man, it's hard to hang with Juani. I was out with him one night, and I went home at like not even a respectable hour, and then like the next day, Juani's like, "Man, you went home so early." He stayed out for like 4 hours after us.
Well, I think that's
he
just
looked all
kinda,
fresh and stuff the next day. Juani's the man.
I think it's just Koreans in general are just like that, man. Like he took me out once with Nestea, and it was like 6 a.m. It's like, guys, I gotta like drunkenly walk home. They're like, but we just found a place that's open that just opened up right now for more drinks. I'm like, you two are fucking insane.
Do not fucking drink with Nestea.
Dude, he's crazy.
He's a monster.
He was out. I think most of the time he was in New York, he was drinking or sleeping. Yeah. One of the two things.
He's good. He's good to drink with, that's for sure. But he drinks a lot. Like I was impressed, which actually says a lot. So, TB, I'm gonna do exactly what I did with Ben. I'm gonna cut straight to the point. Have you recovered from the proxy tank incident?
I'll never recover from the proxy tank incident. That made no fucking sense whatsoever. It's a terrible fucking build. It doesn't even help him in any way. It works anyway. Jeez, I don't know. I don't know what it is about that one build though. That video has been one of the most watched StarCraft videos I've had in a while. 63,000 views in 2 days. Holy shit!
Pretty good, man.
I should lose to terrible builds more often. Dude. Or more accurately, I should post videos of them more often.
Yeah. People love seeing the obscure shit in StarCraft 2. I think it's just they enjoy seeing fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or seeing someone lose horribly and experiencing the funness and watching that.
I think really it comes down to the fact that you see so much pro StarCraft these days, maybe even more than we've ever had before. I mean, WCS is on like about 26 hours every day. So in that kind of situation, it's actually okay just to see, oh yeah, that looks like something I would lose to on the ladder, kind of an everyman thing. So I think that's why. I think anyone that's doing the more casual stuff, like if you watch Husky's Bronze League Heroes, is seeing like a major uptick now as a direct result of that. It's actually pretty cool.
It's definitely true. I mean, I had a bunch of those Day 9 videos that got a lot of views just because people enjoyed seeing stupid shit.
Yeah.
And it was fun, so...
Yeah, well,
do more stupid
Day 9's
shit,
involves
community.
Stupid shit gents to come down the pipeline. It's pretty good.
That's very true. That's very true. Well, let's talk about what's going on this week in the world of StarCraft 2. We'll go ahead and start off with the spawning, the system that was, of course, brought back from... I think this was originally in the Warcraft 2 days. Is that correct?
It was in Warcraft 2, Diablo 1. Yeah, I mean, that goes way back. It's definitely different, though.
So basically what this is anyone that has the starter pack, for those unaware, can simply join a party with anyone with Heart of the Swarm, and it is immediately unlocked to play, I think it's everything but ladder. You can queue customs with them, you can do anything in the arcade. Yep. Right now I think only Terran is available, or all three races are available, but it's going to be cut down to Terran soon. Is what I remember reading.
It's a rotation. Like, for what I understand from watching the little video, they said at the time of recording, it's currently Terran. So that indicates that they're going to be changing the starter race, like, maybe every month or something like that. Which actually would be pretty cool, I think.
Right. That clarification in the chat, you can't 1v1, but you can still 2v2 or 3v3 or 4v4 ladder, which is pretty cool. I mean, a lot of people are saying this is kind of what was fun about Brood War. Was the fact that you could just queue up with friends and go play big game hunters and have fun instead of just being always super hyper competitive. So I think that there's a quote, of course, that Slasher did with Chris Siggety, and he said that Blizzard wanted to bring down the perception that StarCraft 2 is only a game about playing competitively and at a super high skill level. And this is something I think that StarCraft 2 has definitely had a problem with thus far in its lifespan. People are very reluctant to play that game because they think it is hyper competitive, which it definitely is. Like, the ladder is an intense situation regardless of what skill level you're playing at, because it's non-stop. Like, there's so much on the line. And if you're playing a game like just a random custom game or an arcade game, it's still fun, but you have to, of course, buy the same package to play the ladder that you do to play that. So I think this is a great initiative. Ben, you're smiling a lot over there, so what do you think about this?
I'm mostly laughing because I see Todd in chat. Fat French guy. But it's awesome, man. I think it's really great. When I read about it, it made me real happy because it's going to drive people to play the game, and that's what we all want. That's what gives us that longevity. It's good stuff, and I haven't personally had the chance to fool around with it, obviously, because everybody I know plays StarCraft. But
right,
it'll very clearly be good for the scene.
Yeah, I think that this is kind of their first step to. It'll never be full free to play, I don't think, but it'll be something like this, which is good. mOOnGLaDeau, I mean, obviously as a pro, kind of the same situation that Ben's in, where all your friends already play StarCraft 2, but just as a pro gamer, I mean, do you see the benefits of like having something like this involved with the game?
Absolutely, especially if it gets more people involved with it. I'm more than happy for it, and yeah, it seems like a really cool thing. I'm glad they brought it back for this game.
And TB, you obviously come from kind of the general video game world. Do you think this initiative is going to be a good one? Do you think this is going to help StarCraft 2 with the population?
I think it's interesting to see Blizzard sort of dance around the free-to-play issue and try and find novel and interesting ways to make the game accessible to people for free without just flat-out making the game free. And the real reason behind that, of course, if you were to ever make StarCraft free-to-play, then the hacking epidemic that would exist on the ladder would be ridiculous. Right? There's already a ton of hackers even when you're paying $60 for a copy of the game. When it's free, it will become unplayably shit at every level. it would die outside of competitive play. And if you don't have that groundswell of support on the ladder, just kind of playing at a more casual level, like, say, League of Legends does, then you will not have that big tournament viewership. I think that the way that they've done it with this is pretty cool because it actually ties into the similar thing they did with World of Warcraft with the Resurrection Scroll system they did back then.
And that was a huge boost.
It was a good fucking system as well.
Yeah.
And it was a system whereby they said, we're going to rely on you bringing your friend in because they know that that's like the best way to keep people playing the game is to have people play with their friends. I mean, that's the only reason most people even play WoW to begin with because their friends are still playing. It's kind of a codependency thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think the system sounds fantastic. It's going to be a pain in the ass to see every single fucking ladder player with that goddamn Carbot portrait, but... outside of that,
well, good for Carbot. First off, good.
Yeah,
good for
yeah,
him.
but yeah, we definitely need to see more Carbot portraits, so we don't have the same one every time. But
sure,
it's definitely a really good system. I think that they've got a smart idea there, and you do have to get people into the game in some way, even if it's not playing 1v1, just to give them that kind of basic understanding that gets them interested in competitive play. Because if you play even a little bit, you gain a greater appreciation for the people that play at a super high level. And you gain just that base level of understanding that lets you spectate a tournament and recognize when something's really, really cool and get really excited about it. And I think that anything you can do to build that is really important.
It was also kind of nice to see, I don't want to put words in Chris's mouth, but they basically admitted to the fact that like the starter pack wasn't as successful as they hoped and that they had messed up a little bit there, something to that effect. I'm trying to find the exact quote, but I enjoy when a developer can kind of own up to its mistakes like that. It keeps me interested in the developer and will obviously keep me coming back to their games in the future, regardless of who they are. So it was good to see that. Is there a next step, do you guys think? I mean, what else can they do besides this? I think this is probably one of the more creative ways, but I don't know what the next evolution of this is, or if there even needs to be. Ben, do you think there needs to be?
Yeah, well, so getting people to play the game, like bringing people into the game is awesome, but I would like to see more ways to kind of keep people attached to it. The experience and the unlocking of portraits and stuff is cool, but there's so much room to grow around that. I was talking to one of our interns yesterday about how do you grow esports as a whole, how do you grow StarCraft as a whole. And I would really love to see Blizzard implement more of a connection between the viewer, the casual player, and the pro player. Like we've talked about in the past, letting a player sell a replay pack or something on Battle.net for like $2.
Sure.
But the Carbot portrait brings up another great point. You know, what if you could buy portraits of your favorite, animator or Tempo dropping some sick beats or something, and do that. So I would like to see more. Yeah, it's just like I'm basically describing a microtransaction system within StarCraft. I love that because it's something that attaches you to the game, and it's worked in a lot of other games, and
sure.
I think it would carry over nicely to StarCraft.
TB, I know you want to jump in on that. So.
Yeah. That's actually an interesting point because does anyone remember before the game came out, while it was in beta, they were talking about the way that they were going to allow people to sell custom maps and that there was going to be an in-game store for that stuff?
Yeah, I do remember all of that. They said a lot of stuff back then.
JP, you played a lot of WoW. You know exactly what happens with Blizzard. Like, they announce a huge headlining feature, and it disappears into the maelstrom, never to be seen again. And they do that with every single expansion. Like, there was Path of the Titans in one expansion, which just vanished. That was Cataclysm, I think. Then there was the Dance Studio, that vanished with Wrath, and that keeps happening. And in the case of StarCraft 2, it's the custom map store. And the thing about that is that not only does it let you do exactly what Ben was describing, it actually gives your account value. That's why people don't leave League of Legends, right? Because either they ground like hell to unlock a champion, so they want that effort to be represented in their account, or they paid money, and there's money on that account, so they don't want to leave it. It's the same principle, but you also encourage developers to spend a shitload of time making really good custom maps because they know there's money in it. So it's actually it's a win-win situation for everybody if that came into play. It's really surprising that just vanished off the map.
It really carries over to all levels too. Like in Dota, you can buy team flags for EG or for whatever. That's so cool, man, and it gives another monetization path for players. To make some money. Maximus Black might never be high Grandmaster guy, but if he could release, something onto Battle.net, he's got that fan base that's going to make money for him, and it's going to let him keep doing what he does.
Sure. Yeah, Dota 2 is just such like a weird anomaly where they're doing so many things that no one else is even like messing with in the slightest, and I don't know why people aren't doing it. Like it's working so well for them, for Valve, and they're so smart in all the stuff that they're implementing. I don't see what the flaw is of any of the stuff that they're implementing either.
I don't think there is a flaw. It's more down to the technological standpoint. It's very clear that they built Dota 2 from the ground up to have this kind of functionality, and they have a very unique understanding of what they think esports should be. They've actually got some really controversial views. Like, if you take the tournament ticket system as a prime example, in Dota 2, you can buy tickets to a tournament. Part of that revenue goes to the tournament itself, and you can watch in the client, which is insane when you think about it. It's like, wow, this revenue stream for tournaments. But they also say they want to move away from the sponsorship model and the advertising model that keeps tournaments afloat right now. So it's a good thing, but then simultaneously they have a view that's like, what, really? Like kind of taking away the main business drive behind the industry that it is right now.
It's a long-term plan, right? They want everything to be self-sustaining. They don't want us to be relying on Papa John's to sell half-off pizzas.
That's exactly it.
Every other month. So it's like, and that's awesome. Okay, listen, the sponsor. I would never, ever, ever frown upon sponsorship because it's also a good thing. But the idea that we can sustain ourselves is much better, right? If we can sell merchandise, if we can generate income independent of venture capital or sponsorship dollars, then that's a much healthier landscape.
Right. MoonGLaDeau, as a pro player,
Hey.
I'd love to give you... How's it going, MoonGLaDeau?
I'm here, man. Thanks for remembering me.
No. Just like your perspective from any perspective, really. Kind of the pro one is what I think people would expect, but what would you like to see?
Well, I've always thought the microtransaction thing would be such a cool thing for StarCraft. I have played a bit of LoL, and I have experienced it, and I think having like the ability to invest in the game and get like cool things out of it, just with a bit of money, can definitely bring a lot more players to it. And it's definitely something I always thought Blizzard should do, but they've never really taken that step. I mean, they did something similar with like Diablo 3 and the auction house and all that shit, but they really screwed that up hard. So they messed that game up.
By the way, Diablo 3 coming to consoles in August.
Hey man, that version's better. It's got no auction house. It's got apparently better combat, 4-player fucking co-op on the same machine. I'll actually play that game.
Yeah.
Sounds nice, man. Sounds like something it should have been like, but it'd be fantastic if they did that. And like they implemented like skins or something for the units if you wanted to pay for it or something like that. Not to change it too much, but just to make it interesting and make it so players can invest in it. Like buying maps, I don't know. As from my perspective, I probably wouldn't buy an arcade map. It's just something that I'm not interested in. But
you say that, but then some mapper comes out and makes the next great custom game, and everybody wants to be able to invest in that.
If you make that store, then you actually have a monetary incentive to make that next great custom game. I mean, obviously, for a pro player, it would be a goddamn waste of time, right? But for casual players, there's a reason why the old school Battle.net with Warcraft 3 is still as popular as it is, and why people still buy that game to this day, and that's to play Dota.
Yeah.
And tower defense, man, don't forget that shit.
Hell yes.
Tower defense, some good shit. I'm so far removed from the arcade scene and well, probably just StarCraft 2 in general. I'm so far removed from that scene. But what is like the good stuff right now in the UMS? TB, you're always tweeting about.
I play a few.
What is it? Not Star Strikers. What is the one you're always
Nexus
tweeting about?
Squadron Strike is one of them. Everyone right now is trying to reinvent the Nexus Wars formula, right? The Nexus Wars is the closest thing to the kind of Dota killer app map that we currently have. So everyone's trying to reinvent that. You've got Desert Strike, which is a variant on that, where everything spawns simultaneously. Then I play Nexus Squadron Strike, which is a combo of 3 different games, which allows you to upgrade units to ridiculous levels. I had a Hydralisk that was shooting for 92 damage 3 times a second with 1,000 health. It was pretty funny. You can do a lot of crazy shit in that game. But those are the main things. There's a couple of different ones based on Warcraft 3 battleships right now that are making the rounds. Warships is one that was just featured by Blizzard. where you build these custom battleships with different turrets and stuff on them, and it's almost Dota-ish, but with these giant ships instead of little heroes and stuff.
That's
So it's fun. There's definitely no big map that everyone's like, oh god, I gotta play that.
Are there any like back in the Brood War days? I remember playing. I think the RPG that I played the most is probably like the Dragon Ball Z RPG or some shit. But is there anything like that? Is there licensing issues with the arcade where you can't do that stuff anymore?
I'm pretty sure there's a Game of Thrones game up there right now. I don't think that Blizzard actually gives a damn as long as you're not using stuff from movies and things like that.
Well, they're not selling anything, so there's what are you going to get in trouble for? There's that same Dragon Ball Z UMS is out in StarCraft 2. I was watching Frodan play it the other day. Another cool UMS that we got kind of hooked on for a week or so until we all learned how to beat it was that kind of like zombie game where it's like you spawn with your 4 buddies and then you go and you gotta kill all the zombies, but if you die, now you're a zombie and so you can hunt down your buddies. It's basically I don't know, Left 4 Dead in StarCraft.
This is making me remember paintball from fucking Brood War, man.
Yeah.
That was a lot. Is that in StarCraft 2 yet? Have you seen a paintball map yet? Because that was like the most fun.
They have snipers. I haven't seen paintball.
Okay. If you've never played paintball, go buy Brood War for $5.
No one buys Broodlords anymore, JP. You've been way out of the scene for too long.
And play some paintball because it was the best. It was the best. But it's good to see it. I was thinking about this yesterday. It's remarkable that in the entire lifespan of Heart of the Swarm, Blizzard has implemented more big things than they did in the entire lifespan of Wings of Liberty. And so it seems like they're starting to realize kind of things that they can do to change. And I don't know whether it was just company resources that were allocated elsewhere or the fact that why this is all happening or why it's all pushing. It might just be the fact that WCS is a thing now and they have a little bit more weight in all of this. But it's good to see. And I hope that they're not done. I hope that there's more stuff coming that'll continue to surprise us and that we won't even expect, because I did not expect this the spawning thing at all, and I don't think anyone did.
Blizzard is always at its best when it's losing. Yeah, when it's in a position of dominance, it is the most arrogant, stupid company you have ever seen.
How could you even say something like that? They're still like one of the largest.
I play WoW for
So
7 years, man.
TV, what you're saying is the next Diablo will be the best game ever. Is that what?
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so.
They've set the bar pretty low. You know, they'll be all right.
Oh god. Well, another thing that they finally released was, of course, the WCS portal, wcs.battle.net. Probably the best URL that they could come out with there. It's very easy to remember.
Too late.
Yeah. It's only a season too late, but it's good. I enjoy. I mean, I can't really find any giant flaws with this.
No, not really.
I mean, you got everything right there on the front page that you want.
There is one.
What's that?
Okay.
I love it. I think they did a great job, but I don't understand why you can't download the replays of the games off of the site. I think that's a major part of it. And
Ooh, that's a good point.
For us as a community, like people that are trying to learn the game and get better, want to be able to look at the replays of their favorite players and learn from it. But maybe more importantly, the players themselves kind of deserve to be able to go to a place and get the tape, right? And so that they can do their homework. I mean, I remember sitting in a room talking with Blizzard about how, hey, wouldn't it be really great if there was a giant replay database for all the WCS games? Yeah, we're absolutely going to have that. So I was really sad to see that hasn't rolled out yet. I hope it's coming, but I was really disappointed to see it not in the release, which is awesome and great and a fantastic portal, but I wish that there were replays there.
I'm still interested to know what Blizzard's kind of view on replays of actual tournament games is now that they've added way more features to allow you to completely dissect those replays in a major way.
You know, they could even just do the replays are probably an issue with people downloading those and studying those so close to other tournaments. Why don't they just link the VODs to the actual brackets? Like they have all the VODs up on their own portals, don't they? Or on other YouTube channels, don't they?
I thought they did something like that, didn't they?
Yeah, you can click like the matchup, and it'll go to the first game of the series. So it pretty much did that. That's pretty good. I mean, that's a fair way to do it. I'm sure.
I could see how they do it. It's if you you've got to click specifically the score line to get there. Instead of the actual
Oh, okay. I was like clicking
It's a
on the
little bit
name
weird.
repeatedly.
Actually, there's
Yeah.
one thing that I would prefer. Like, it would be nice if there was actually a spoiler-free version of this site that would allow you to follow the tournament. Considering, like, half of this stuff's on at like 4 a.m. in some regions. It would be nice to be able to watch the tournament in a spoiler-free way.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
One thing that I was,
That's a luxury.
one thing that I was a little bit curious of, and I don't know if this is just a design decision or if it was licensing rights but there's no team logos anywhere on this. They only type out Team Liquid or Axiom or Evil Geniuses.
Don't care.
Is it just a case of we don't care? Is that what you're saying, DP?
But okay, here's everything that I have heard up to this point from Blizzard and just from tournaments in general is that WCS considers the players WCS players. That was kind of the policy. Originally, when they contacted our players, they didn't contact us, the team managers. They contacted the players directly. Now, I don't know, mOOnGLaDeau, what was your... Did you get contacted or did Envy get contacted initially? Yes.
Actually, my manager got contacted for...
Was it
originally,
directly from Blizzard or from MLG?
from MLG.
Ah, well, that's why then, yeah. All of the Blizzard contact stuff went directly to the players, and this was particularly prevalent in Korea, bypassed the management completely, and they just don't seem to prioritize the teams at all, and it's strange. I mean, it is very odd to really treat teams like that, because they are, of course, the only reason why people are able to get paid and salaried and sent to these events to begin with.
Right.
But I don't know if there's any malicious intent behind it. It's just they don't seem to even recognize their existence officially.
Yeah, they're not even linking to them on the. It's just text. That's all it is. And
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, if I go on Hero's bio here, where I just see this little Team Liquid thing right there, and they don't talk about his team. They don't really talk about anything there really. It seems like they could do it. They could definitely do a lot better at pushing the team angle.
sure. That's very, very true. I love the fact that they just pulled the bios from Liquipedia. I thought that was a nice touch. It made it very quick and easy.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine right now. It's mentioning that I lost the HDH Invitational to Nani like 2 years ago.
That's
What
relevant.
the fuck? That's the most unrelevant, unimportant bullshit.
Well, if anything, maybe this will make, because Liquipedia is, I mean, it's open. Like, you can go in and change it yourself. So maybe people start going in and caring about this.
mOOnGLaDeau will be switching to League of Legends in July.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But to be fair, it's still the portal is excellent, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
better than anything we've had to date.
No,
Like
we're
in
definitely
terms of- if you
nitpicking
want to
with
go
everything
follow
we're
the
saying.
WCS at one place, it's one of the best tools that we've seen to date. I think it's one of the best content management systems that anybody's rolled out.
yeah.
Yeah, and
it's-
isn't it the IPL team that's behind that? From what I've heard.
Formerly the IPL team, now the
Yes.
Blizzard Esports team.
yeah.
Indeed, yeah, they've been doing work, man. Have you seen the WCS Daily? It is.
Let's talk
really
about
good.
that. That's something that they premiered that last week, right? Or was it this week when it first came out?
They did it. Started doing it last week, I believe,
Yeah.
and they've been putting it out on a pretty regular basis. As a highlights kind of Sports Center roundup show, is good. It's really good.
Yeah. I think, I mean, I haven't sat and watched a full one yet, but they need to do it live. Like, why is it not live and at a certain time slot every morning? Maybe that's just the fact that it's not.
Because if they
They
have
haven't
more time
dialed
in
that in
post,
yet?
they can make it look better. I mean,
Yeah, that's probably
the
true.
IPL team has done a great job with their pre and post production work, but to stick them out there and to do it live, pretty much quadruples the amount of actual production effort required. It's really hard to run a live show.
That's definitely true. But I want it, Bitter. I want it.
You kind of feel like you need to have 3 different shows because there's 3 different regions if they're going to do it live, so it's appropriate to the time slot of that region. Like if they're doing it for one, they're just doing it a decent North American time, then every other region's not going to really have a good time to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or they want to do it after a WCS show, they do a highlight or something.
It is like a Sports Center-esque kind of a thing. Is Sports Center ever done live? It's all to tape, isn't it?
No, it's done live the first time.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then it runs
Like in
it
the
runs
morning,
on
I
tape
think it
for
is.
however long.
Yeah. I think it is. I hope that I'm right in saying that, but I'm pretty sure that at 9 a.m. or whatever, Sports Center is live, and then they do a nightly recap or something like that as well. They do a night show. I'm sure chat will tell us. They're saying it's taped. At least one person is live to tape. So.
My argument about that would simply be that it's very useful to people that don't have the time to watch 26 hours a day of StarCraft, which I could definitely appreciate. So putting it as on-demand content makes a lot of sense instead of making it live and actually requiring people to tune in at a specific time. It's for convenience, isn't it?
Basically, what we've done is shown how nerdy we are because we don't know if Sports Center is live today.
I'm a known giver of fucks when it comes to American sports, man.
Dan's sitting next to me. He says they do it live once and then roll it, like repeat it for the rest of the day. So.
Okay. This just in, esports nerds are trying to figure out what happens.
This just in,
Sports
Frodan is the only one that watches basketball.
There you go. There you go. Exactly. One thing that I do really enjoy is these top fives, and this is obviously something that the IPL crew did for their own league back with the IPL top fives. But it's awesome to see a group able to use Blizzard and utilize some stuff that you can't just do within the game. Like a lot of the stuff that they're doing is never really been done before, and I think a lot of that is just developer related. The fact that they can kind of have that tool set and be able to show some stuff that you can't normally see. So it's really awesome to see that. And they're entertaining. It's good to see like those highlight moments from the WCS. TV, you're shaking your head.
No, man, I'm sorry. I was listening to Kevin Noke's voice and I was being taken to a magical dreamland. So it's all right. I'm focused again.
Gotcha. Yeah, Bitter. Anyone have any thoughts on the top five before we move on?
So
I saw you wanted to comment on it. So
I'm cynical and bitter because this is I feel like this is NASL's space and we do it better than anybody. So every time I watch it, I like nitpick it to death. But the truth is they've done a nice job and it's a really nice recap. So even though I'm confident my team could do it better.
Ooh.
Hashtag shots
fired. All right, guys, this is what's happening. Damn. Blizzard is going to buy NASL now. Now they're going to set up a new office
no.
in Rancho Cucamonga, and they're going to have two new teams.
It's a great show. I'm not trying to fire shots. I'm just saying. I've got a really good team behind me. They're awesome.
Oh, man. Well, regardless, good stuff all around. The website's awesome. I'm sure they're going to iterate on it. All the content coming out of the San Francisco office is good. Pretty much Blizzard is, this week has been a good Blizzard week. We'll see, of course, how the finals go, as they're going to be starting, I think, in about 4 hours from now, 3 hours from now, something like that.
3.5, something like that.
But before we even get to the finals, let's talk about what's been going on with WCS this past week, starting with the first event of this past weekend, which was the WCS Korea Finals, Innovation versus Seoulki, a match where everyone thought it was just going to be a straight-up 4-0. And
so close to being a 4-0, man.
Yeah, so and it was very close. And then Seoulki was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to start winning now. And he did that 4 times in a row. And the games, not the most entertaining. I was entertained, but they weren't the best games, I think is the best way to say that.
It's a lot of
JP, you're telling me it's not esports history, right?
No, it was esports history. Every time the GSL is played, it's esports history.
It is esports history for the 27th time, yeah.
I want to hear MoonGLaDeau's explanation for why the fuck are Zerg players just all inning constantly. Like, why aren't we getting any of these macro games? So I've seen some great macro games played like outside of Korea, but everything in Korea is just roach bailing over and over.
You watch the first 3 games of Innovation playing macro, and it's just like, it's damn hard, man. When he gets to that stage where he's like marine mines in every direction, dropping and just planting and just being ultra cost effective with like a unit that just auto attacks for you. So it's like it's so difficult, and like Innovation does it better than anyone else. So I kind of understand why he went to that Roachbane place, and it worked really well against him too because Innovation's so greedy. He does like double command center expands, and yeah, it's like the perfect tool. Though I think some of those Roachbane all-ins did get a bit lucky. So that's pretty much why he went to it, I think. Because he was going to get 4-0'd if he kept playing macro games.
MoonGLaDeau, the question... Well, go ahead, TB. Go ahead.
No. He knows what he's talking about. I'm just bullshitting you. You go ahead.
The question that I want to ask is did Sulky win those games or did Innovation throw them? In the sense
think it was-
that did Innovation lose them? Sorry, not throw them.
There was like, I think I remember like one major like screw up one game where he had like a bunker, 2 bunkers too close to each other, so they got owned by like one set of banelings, and that was probably like that was like the biggest. That was kind of like a throw, I guess. It was a silly mistake, and if he had that bunker like one space further apart, he had a chance to win that game and just win like 4-0, 4-1. But besides that, they were damn close games.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to like be really hyped up about the finals, but it was more just like, is this actually happening? Like, are we going to see history made here for the first time again? And then he came back, and
Yeah,
I was excited. I think that it was probably one of the most emotional wins for a GSL champion. Like,
Yeah.
he was very, like, both players, but Solkey especially, like, he just kind of sat there in his booth and he wasn't really showing emotion. I think he was really fighting back tears when he won. And you
sure
can
he couldn't
definitely see
believe
that.
it, man.
Yeah.
So like the hype train behind Innovation going into the finals, like he just like everyone just said like Sulky's fucked, man. He's like, this guy is a monster, and like to come back like with all these Roach Banelins, it's like holy shit, it actually worked. Would be like something in itself.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the greatest games. I agree. Like it would be nice if they were like 40-minute, 50-minute like macro game, like the 7th game, and just went to the wire, and like it was insane. But you know, I think it was a macro game to end it there. Like
Yeah.
It was.
picked him apart pretty much, and he was like obviously had a lot of momentum behind him, and he was like playing really nice.
Yeah.
So it was a good game.
I think I don't want to play the inside of the game moment because I'll probably just get YouTube claimed on that. But go watch In Control's thing about the final game. That was probably the best replication that we've seen of the final match between Innovation and Sulky. If you haven't seen that yet on Reddit, I believe it was there. But I don't know that it was a good final production wise. Like it was fine. Everything was good there. Except for the handheld mics. Tasteless has a problem with like keeping his voice going straight into the mic. He turns his head way too much, but that's just like super nitpicky.
Yeah, it's weird that they were given those. It seems to me like the usual setup probably wasn't working, and they had to pick those up. It's a really difficult technique, unless you're running like a lot of compression, and even if you are running a lot of compression on the audio, turning your head away and getting off axis on a microphone like that can cause a whole bunch of problems.
Sure.
So yeah, it's not Tasteless's fault that happened. It's a really good position to be put in.
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to point out about the final is that like I think mOOnGLaDeau's absolutely right, and so are you actually. And the games actually weren't that good. Game 7 was really entertaining, and it was very technical, and it was really cool to watch. It was the story of the whole series that was cool. It wasn't the individual games themselves. It was the comeback, and it was the emotion at the end. And it was kind of just watching this one player up against the guy who everyone had said, this guy is the best guy in the world. He is going to shit on you from a great height. And everyone is going to adore him as he does it. And this one guy sits in his booth, goes 0-3 down, is looking completely destroyed. He talks to his team a little bit. He just puts his game face on, and then he fights his way back over and over and over again. And by the end of it, it's kind of like the hunter became the hunted, right?
Right.
Innovation was the one tilting. Innovation was the one, like, without the momentum, backed into a corner and getting, like, destroyed by him. And that was the cool thing. And then in that Game 7, you saw those mistakes that Innovation simply doesn't make, like flying 3 medevacs in full into a cloud of mutas, like allowing those very precise Baneling attacks to happen, attacking the rocks at the wrong time. That was the story of the series to me. And actually, that's really cool StarCraft, because you don't necessarily have to have the best games. What you have to have is a really cool story that culminates in a really emotional and explosive finale. And you've got a tearful Sulky on stage, and then for some stupid fucking reason, they bring Innovation on stage for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, God, that poor guy.
What a dick move.
That was brutal to watch, because he just stood there with his arms kind of at his side, and you could see he was just visibly distraught. But
oh my God, like, he kept his all credit to the guy. He kept his composure. Like there was not Cloud saying Protoss is bullshit. That when they interviewed him after that game, it was just a simple like, well, I've just got to suck it up. This is part of being a pro gamer. I've just got to face this audience that's all been cheering for my opponent, and yeah.
All right, so I always dropped from the call for the long time, but
Blizzard
I
took
wanna,
you out, man. It's okay. Don't
They
criticize
did,
them ever
man.
again.
Shots fired. Take this.
Yeah.
I want to ask Glade about. I think I asked you about this in New York, mOOnGLaDeau, but maybe I didn't. But have any of you guys watched sort of play Zerg versus Terran?
Oh no, I haven't. I remember you mentioning that, but I honestly have not seen it yet.
JP or TB? Either of you guys?
No,
Anybody?
man, he's European. I don't watch.
I think I saw him in one GSTL match, but that really was about it. So I don't really have a lot of experience with his style right now.
He plays the sickest ZVT style where he goes like Zergling, Baneling, Hydra, and
That's
the
right.
Hydra kind of solves this mid-game issue that you get into when you're playing like Roach Bane, where you just can't deal with medevacs. And I really like the play style, and I want somebody to tell me why it's so awesome. But
It's
you guys
interesting.
aren't.
It's
You guys
really
aren't checking
interesting.
it out, so you can't.
Well, if you're keeping that medevac count all the way down, I mean, mOOnGLaDeau.
I mean, even
that's
even
the
against
threat, right?
even with Hydras, like you can still use medivacs pretty damn well. Like you can still just fly around them. You can get away extremely easy. I mean, they aren't Mutalisks and they aren't Infestors.
Right. But it reminds me
but-
of how Stefano played for so long in Wings of Liberty. We always praise Stefano because he was so map aware, and maybe he couldn't kill a medevac, but he always had units in position to intercept the drop. And if you're doing that with Hydras, it's
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
it's a different ball game. And so like when I see sort of play that style, it's like watching Stefano the first time we were seeing him sort of rise up, and I'm really fascinated by it. And
Does
I
he
would-
go like? Does he go from
Go
like Hydra into like Ultra or Hydra into Infestor, or does he stay with the Roach Hydra combo?
He finishes with like Zergling, Baneling, Hydra, Viper, Ultra is like the in-game army composition, and it's just gnarly.
Cool.
So like, if you guys aren't familiar with the playstyle, go check it out. Look up some of his replays, find some VODs.
Did you see him? Did you see him playing WCS or?
when did we watch Sordo's games, Kev? It was DreamHack.
Okay.
So Sordo versus Cass from DreamHack is the
Right.
series that I'm actually thinking of right now. So
Check it out.
so go check that one out.
Is he the only
Very interesting.
only Zerg that's been doing that you've seen, Ben?
Yeah, honestly, like, and I sort of steal the style when I ladder, and it's like it feels really strong. Obviously, I'm not playing against pros or anything, but but I like it a lot, and I'm curious as to why more people aren't doing it.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to tend to have varied views on like Hydra tech against Terran. Like it can be good to a point, then it gets kind of really ugly if you don't transition well enough or you take too much damage from drops or something. It can be good. Like I know Stefano has always done it a lot. Like he goes like Roach Hydra timings, and it's really good up to a point, but then it can get really ugly because Terran like can just mass Marine Medivac and stand on ground with them for a long time. But yeah, I'm really keen to see Hydra Ling Bane. Sounds cool.
Well, we'll keep our eye out.
CP, you're a fucking asshole, man.
I am an asshole. This has been.
Stream.
Look, your camera's not coming on. It's not my fault, man. What do you want me to do? I got to represent you somehow.
Holy shit.
It's the first pick on Google Images, man. Oh, now you're just gonna turn your camera off. Hold on. Let
Take that.
me put it over right here, and we're good to go. Now you're thinking about yourself. It's all good. It's all good.
No, man.
Oh, God. All right. Well, right after the WCS Korean Finals the next day, the WCS NAA Finals started. We had Hero, of course, win that in the finals 4-2 over Revival. The 5 players moving on will be Hero, Revival, Ryung, Alive, and Alicia. TotalBiscuit, you got to be happy about that. 2 Axiom players moving on to the finals this weekend.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's a shame they're in the same group, but hey,
Yeah.
you know, we couldn't dodge each other forever. That was going to happen. I think we got lucky in the round of 8 in that respect that we didn't knock each other out, although in hindsight it might not have been a terrible idea, but it's really, really good. Obviously, we're really proud of them, and they fought really hard. They had pretty tough roads to get there, so I think that's a pretty good group for them. Ryung is historically very, very good against pretty much everybody in that group and has been able to beat them on multiple occasions. So
Sure.
we will see. I mean, Kang Ho is always a bit unpredictable. He can either be amazing like keyboard tap dancing warrior, or he can just do the silliest things. And then, of course, MVP, you can never count out in any situation, but it's going to be cool. I think that everyone's been pointing this out, that there's like 18 games that people can analyze where Alicia's played a fairly similar style in ZVP. And
Void Rays.
Void Rays is good, man. He said in that interview, it's like, Void Rays are Imber, so I think I will use them.
At least he was honest. I'm glad he was honest.
None of our guys like, yeah, Void Rays aren't a good unit at all. We're using them for stylistic reasons.
Man.
No, they're using them because they kill shit.
How frustrating is it to lose to that playstyle? It's just like I watch him win games, and it hurts me inside, like because I've lost to Mass Void Ray, and it's just like you feel like the biggest derp in the world when you lose to Mass Void Ray. But it's really good. It's really good.
I mean, when it gets to a stage where it's like 50 Void Rays or something, and it's just like, well, how the hell do I beat that, man? It's like, I can't actually make anything that's going to beat that at this point, so I'm just like, sad.
The only thing you can do is either yank shit with Vipers or Fungal, but for the Fungal to work, you got to kind of get a little lucky, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there are. I guess there's ways to set it up. I remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in a recent up and down match, and he made like 30 infestors and behind spore crawlers and just sat there forever, and just used like that micro key you can to like spam out infested Terrans like 100 times faster. And that's a good idea. It's definitely ways to play against it, but it just makes for a really boring game, a really sad game if this get it early.
The root guys are all about just kind of slowly expand your creep and get spores and vipers and spores and vipers.
Oh,
lots
lots
of queens.
Yeah.
That's actually horrible to watch.
It is, but it's one of the limited things we can actually do against it.
Totally.
So, yeah, I don't know.
It's like both Zerg and Protoss hate those styles, but they're kind of forced to use both of them. So
yeah, exactly.
It just seems to be the way of things right now.
There is a solution on the top of Reddit right now.
Oh, great.
We're going to talk about that at the very end. Hold on, don't spoil that. That's
Okay.
the last topic we're talking about. And I hope the Blizzard puts that in, but we'll get to that at the very end of the show. mOOnGLaDeau, let's talk about the match against Ryung.
Yep.
I would hope that it's past now and you're comfortable with talking about it. What?
Oh man, no,
What
I
happened?
was. I don't know. It's like a brain explosion or something. That's what I put it down to. I feel like I played silly. I was like, I feel like I was ahead.
You played great. First of all, you really played great.
Oh, you're a sweetheart for saying that.
To a point, but I'll let you finish and then I'll yell at you.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like I played good to a point in every game, and then like my mind just snaps, and then like nothing happens for like a long time until I'm like eventually phased out by his army. Yeah, like some of those games, like the first game on Cloud Kingdom. Well, to be honest, first of all, Raga is kind of like a really awkward style. He doesn't play like as full on as a lot of Terrans I play against. Like when he's doing like a parade push or something, he takes it a lot more passively. So I feel like he's macroing behind it, but he's not. So I'm like actually ahead when I don't think I am, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, shit, man, he hasn't attacked. He must be like taking a fourth and like building up. But really, he's not at all. He's just making a lot of Marines and mines, just not attacking. So I'm just like...
Yeah, his strategy is not to give a fuck, and it seems to work pretty well.
It works well if you overthink, I think. If I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to attack now, I could probably kill him in like a lot of situations. But I was just like, I was turtling. I was sitting still, and I killed myself in a few games. No, pretty much 2 out of 3 games, I think. I was just... Yeah, but... he played really well, regardless, and his style definitely messed with my head. So it was props to him, and I need to fix that.
Well, it's like I really felt like you just had games won, and then you're like, all right, I'm now going to give you a chance for 15 minutes.
Yeah, well, like
And
that's exactly it. It's like
That's going full foreigner, right? That's the classic definition of the term.
Yeah, I think so. It's just weird, man. Like he plays so passively that I'm like, am I winning now? I'm not entirely sure. And like I could just attack and win, but I don't. So I didn't feel too terrible after the games. Like it wasn't as bad as like my third game against Crank, where that was like true full foreigner where I just completely fuck it up. This was to be fair, yeah. It was like really good games to a point. So I don't feel terrible.
So I asked you this in New York, and I remember your answer, but I'm going to ask you here since we're kind of on stream. Why did you never ever try to make any Vipers in any of those games?
I don't know. I'm not a. I guess they're helpful, but I'm not like a massive believer in Vipers. Like they can be useful, but if you're fighting like a massive bio army that's gonna run away regardless, I feel like you're gonna have to get lucky with lightning clouds and fungals combined to really make a difference. But to be honest, there were situations where I could have really used the lightning cloud on planetaries and stuff. But yeah, it's something I use more in my practice games because I honestly don't. I stick with mutas for too long, and I make like 50 if I can, and then go into ultras, and so it's kind of just a style that I need to change. It's a good point. Good question, man. I'll add Vipers.
My heart broke a little bit when I saw you lose those games. I really wanted to see the koala bear on the back of a bald eagle tattoo.
Dude, I was game for him.
That would have been pretty sweet.
Next time. Next season. Season 2. I'm still in.
It's true. You still are in. Yeah, I don't think... I was going to ask, like, you weren't nervous or anything during those matches so much so that it affected your play, were you? Because this is probably... I mean, would you say this is the biggest stage that you've been on thus far in your SC2 career?
No, I wasn't GSL Code A. That truly made me shit my pants. So that's, like, scary as hell.
Yeah.
First time in booth, like, in GSL and the studio, that was terrifying. But, I don't know. I don't want to make excuses or anything because we were all in the same situation. But to be fair, I hope they choose a different hotel next time so I can get some sleep because that was like a big thing for me. I couldn't sleep at all.
Where did they have you at, by the way? Just don't say where, but was it the Holiday Inn or did you get somewhere else?
It was an apartment building on Madison Avenue.
Oh, okay. They had you in the apartment. That's right. That's right.
It's like 2 blocks away. And I don't know, like, yeah, I needed like earplugs and sleeping pills for that place, man. But everyone was in the same situation, so I can't really say that was a big thing.
Sure. Well, I mean, MLG needs feedback like that. Otherwise, they won't know in the future. So it's probably good that hopefully they hear that. And I would hope the other players are going to be vocal about that as well. I'll be very honest, guys. Didn't watch a single game from this tournament. I was playing in a Star Strikers tournament.
You are killing esports with that, man. Like
we all are.
Fucking JP.
Hold on, it's not just me. Hold on.
Fuck JP.
No, you're the only one here, so you're proxying for everybody else in this bullshit. Like, seriously. I think it was Adebisi that tweeted, it's a little bit awkward to watch a bunch of American StarCraft personalities stream a Star Strikers tournament at the same time as WCS Grand Final. Like, yes, it fucking is. It's good that somebody mentioned that.
What's worse, JP fucking playing Star Strikers during WCS America or JP losing to Wheat's team?
Well, we never even played Wheat's team. We lost to Suppy and... Who was his teammate? Whoever... Sasquatch, maybe? I think was his teammate. I'm not sure. But yeah, Wheat ended up winning that tournament. But guys, I want to talk about WCS, not Star Strikers.
What, so that we can fill you in on what happened?
Yeah,
Right,
look.
okay.
Look, I need the deets. I need the deets.
You're welcome for that
Fucking
update,
read
JP.
Wikipedia.
State of the game where JP learns what's been going on.
Exactly. At least with
It's actually
WCS.
what it's been the whole time. Like every episode, it's just JP.
It's like,
trying to
guys,
find
so
out what's going on.
this event happened. What was it? Good games? Did you enjoy the matches, guys? Did you enjoy this match?
Who won it again? You know, it's like,
Oh
fuck that.
God. Any of the matches stand out for you? And Ben, you were obviously casting them. mOOnGLaDeau, I would assume you watched them. And TB, I think you said you watched all the games as well. So
Yeah.
Snoop versus Alicia, like game 3 or something.
Oh,
It was
that entire
sick
series
game.
was
actually,
sick.
I did watch that series, at least the first 2 or 3 games, because that was on prior to the tournament. But
On Whirlwind, man, that was a fucking crazy game.
Good.
That was good.
Snoop played really well. It was a really closely matched series between a couple of interesting styles. We did see like a switch up from Alicia, didn't use Void Rays the entire time. We saw the big defensive style from the Zerg, and we saw it kind of ground out. And then we saw Snoot in Game 5 go full Destiny and build about 45 Infestors, which, as it turns out, is a terrible idea. But that was a shame.
It was a shame.
I mean, it might sound biased, but Ryung Hero was really close and a really good series as well. So, I mean, I loved watching that one, except obviously the fact that we lost it. But hey, it's Hero. He went on to win the tournament. He looked
Can't
like
feel
from
too
the
bad
best
about
I've seen
that.
from him. I know we feel bad when we lose every time, regardless of who it's to. But
Sure.
Hero was playing some of the best StarCraft that I've seen from him in a while. He's playing ridiculously fast, ridiculously technically, and apparently you can't tilt him anymore. Which is like, damn it, that was his only weakness. What the hell are we supposed to do now?
Yeah.
I just want to say that Snoot's ZVP in general really impressed me that tournament. I was so sad when he lost to, it was Revival that beat him, right?
Yeah, the first.
But,
Yeah.
then when he went on to play against Protoss, he just looked really like his grasp on the matchup was
He's
very,
got some
very impressive.
very cool ideas.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about Void Ray Imbalance after the series, like when we were out eating pizza and stuff. And yeah, he kind of feels the same way as everyone else at the moment. It's just like feels a really difficult situation. But he definitely thinks outside the box. It's really cool to watch.
My favorite thing about Snoot is that he's always kind of done his own thing. Like if you go back, people called him a patch Zerg in Wings of Liberty, and that was like the biggest injustice you could ever do to Snoot because he never played the same style as the masses. He always had his own style, and that's carried over to Heart of the Swarm, and it makes me really happy to see him having some success. He's a phenomenal player, and
very hardworking too.
He's probably top 2 European Zerg right now.
I mean, how long has he been in Korea over there? It's only been a short while, hasn't it? Like 3 weeks?
Yeah, and the rumor is
Something like
that
that.
Coach Park is like, Snoot, take a break, go out, do something other than StarCraft because he practices so much.
Well, that's good to
I
hear.
wouldn't be surprised, to be honest.
That's
After
good
his
to hear.
games against Alicia, he was laddering. So it's just like, what the hell, man? How can you play StarCraft after losing to that shit?
Wow.
Just take a week off, man.
It's good
That's
to
my
see.
mindset.
It's kind of the what was that old boxer picture where it was like he was practicing right after he lost or whatever?
Yeah.
That that was
Practicing
almost
during his wedding.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I do remember seeing the final interview, and it was very MLG-esque, where it was just I don't know, they need an audience or something in that space. Like I wasn't there,
There's
but
probably like insurance reasons why they
I'm
can't.
sure there's a billion reasons why they can't have an
Yeah.
audience in there, and I'm sure that Adam will tweet all them to me very soon if he's watching.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
But they need something in there. Like it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel right, and maybe that's the best way to put it. But I mean, Ben, you were there. Was it?
I just want to kind of go on the record and say that MLG, nobody has spit more fire at MLG than me in the past 3 months. Me and Adam actually had a really long conversation after one of our episodes of The Pulse where I kind of blew him up a little bit. As this WCS has played out and I have learned more about the details surrounding the event, MLG was maybe not put in an easy situation, and they've done a really good job of putting on the best show possible given the
Sure.
resources that they're working with. So they deserve so like mountains of applause and credit for doing some very difficult work in a very difficult space and putting on a pretty damn good show at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think everyone should and probably does agree with you there. But as fans and promoters and lovers of esports, we're always wanting more, right? So that's kind of what I'm getting at here. And I don't know, maybe bring people in there because I would assume, Ben, everyone was probably watching in that one room where all the computers were set up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
bring them into that area. Like put them out there next to
That's
all
kind of
I mean,
like-
if you really want to talk about like that dynamic itself and how to build on it and make it better, you've got the Barcraft at Legends up the street.
yeah, put a camera on that or a live camera on that. and take
That
the
would have been
feed.
cool. I would have
Yeah.
loved to have seen something like that for sure. Maybe sort of Home Story Cup style. We've seen Dennis do that.
They
with
did
Home
a
Story.
couple of those, right? They did
Yeah.
a couple of Skype ins.
Yeah, they did the Skype ins with Chris, and I think Sham 2 was also there. And I know, like, working at MLG, like, we've always wanted to do stuff like that. When I was there, I always brought it up, and there were a billion reasons why we couldn't. So I'm giving them a lot of shit, and I know the answers to why we can't. But it's just, we want that stuff to be done, so we're just going to keep harping on until it actually gets done, or that they come out and say those reasons, which is not like some dubious plot. It's not like Sundance is like, aha, no one can watch these games in person. You're all fucked. Like, there's valid reasons for this. So overall, good event, and I think it was well done, like exactly what Ben said. So we'll just move on, and now we move on to hoping that Blizzard does a good job this weekend, or maybe OGN does a good job this weekend. I think is who we put that fault on.
I'm sure they will. They've literally been doing it longer than anyone else in the world.
Yeah, that's
I got
very
faith.
true. It's very true. So WCS Season 1 Finals, they kick off in about 3 hours from now. Did anyone watch the little show that Doa, Monte Cristo, Day 9, and Apollo did last night? Did anyone check that out?
Nope. Never heard of it.
Wasn't even
I didn't
aware
know
it
that
had
there
happened.
was such a show.
Yeah, and I didn't watch it either. I really want to know, Chad, if someone watched it, I just want to know what it actually was.
Chad, if you could
Like-
give us some content for the show, that would be really good because we're
Oh,
really
apparently
coming up short
they
here.
said they
Makes
canceled
sense.
it. Okay.
Well,
Did not-
that would be why we didn't see it.
That
then.
would be-
But
yeah,
cool.
that's
We're
why.
absolved. Excellent.
Perfect.
No problem. No
Not
problem.
saying I would have watched it anyway, but
Oh, it was canceled because of Apollo, although that was only
all right.
one.
Well, that's
Ah.
Apollo killing
That's a-
esports.
It's dramatic
Apollo.
drama, man. What's
Gotcha.
happening?
Okay.
Wasn't he out drinking and eating with Tasteless?
yeah, which
Kill it.
never goes well. I might add.
Oh,
so he
God.
wants to. I
There you
remember
go.
the one time.
Now we know why.
Let's cause those rumors, Mooglade. Good job. You asshole. Now it's
Sorry.
gonna look. This is what's gonna happen.
To be fair, never drink with esports people. It's never going to end well. It's
That's
just,
very
No,
true.
it really doesn't.
No, it's like
especially
gossip.
you, fucking JP, you fucking asshole.
Look, TB handled his
JP,
drinks with me.
Should we renegotiate the contract?
See, it's so funny because Ben had a completely opposite experience from what you had,
Oh,
TB.
really? Oh, really? What was the opposite experience he had? For those who don't know, by the way, we took JP and a
Make
couple
sure
of the-
you mention who
couple
the
of the
players
players.
are. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We took it was a Crank STC, and then we took you and
Apollo.
a few others.
Yeah.
Apollo, yeah, out to a nice dinner at like Ruth's Chris, and you must have drank like 2 bottles of red wine.
Yeah.
And you were hilarious in the
Yeah.
cab on the way back. You
I had
were
a lot
telling
of
me all about
pre-drinking.
MLG sordid business practices.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't believe the word this guy's saying. It's like, TB, you should renegotiate the contract. Like, shut the fuck up, JP.
Yeah, I was trying to get Apollo and TB to like renegotiate their contracts for some reason, and that's like the only thing I remember.
Gotta remember why.
Apparently, I told all the Halo pros that Borderlands 2 was going to take over their game on the next circuit.
You jackass.
Borderlands 2.
It was a good night. I don't
Holy
remember. I
shit.
had to learn about the next night or the night the next day.
This is the first time I've ever heard a story of JP being
Yeah,
drunk under the table.
He was plus.
I was pretty gone. Ben, you had a completely opposite experience.
I've never been unruly in public after having too many drinks. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you guys go back to that place, by the way, in New York? Did you go back
Which
to
one?
the Bonchon, where we had the soju?
No, man, that place was pretty cool. No,
Place was
actually, while we were in New York, we spent most of our time at Rick's, which I would not recommend to anybody.
Don't go to Rick's in New York.
Don't go to Rick's. And if anybody is familiar with Rick's in New York, you will know why I'm saying that it would be a bad investment to go to Rick's.
See, Mike knows in the chat. Mike knows about Rick's. People
easy.
know. People in the know. All right, let's get back on topic. WCS Season 1 Finals goes live tonight. OGN, of course, and this is kind of where it gets interesting. They will be producing an Apollo Day 9. Monte Cristo and Doa, the main casters for that. And as most Korean things do, there is, of course, some, not drama, just some interesting side stream, off stream, another restream of
They
GOM
got
TV
Taste- Yeah.
doing Tasteless, Artosis, Wolf, and Caldor at the same time. I think
That's
casting
really
the same
weird.
games. So yeah,
Well, they've been doing that through WCS Season 1 as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've actually had
Yeah.
Monte Monte Cristo on the off stream for a lot of
right.
stuff.
And I don't think they broke 1,000 viewers. It was really
Well, no, they didn't. And that's,
But it's
that's
not
to be
weird
expected.
because it's been happening this whole time. Like this is
Maybe
part
it's just
of
weird 'cause it's a
their
final and
efficient-
it's out
or
in
they
the-
feel it.
It's weird it's a final and it's not Tastosis at the final. That's weird.
that's a
in my
little weird.
opinion.
Yeah,
Because they're the guys that bring in the viewers, I think.
Doa
That's
was
it.
on live on 3 last night, and Wheat or Slasher, I forget which one asked it, but they basically asked like, is there anything going on there? And he definitely said like, look, there's always tension between OGN and GOM, and
Yep.
at the end of the day, I thought Doa gave the best answer possible, and maybe I shouldn't have even brought this up because I agree 100% with this answer, but he basically said, look, focus on the games, focus on the players. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's casting it. Choose and watch who you want to cast it, but don't create drama over who's casting the game and who's broadcasting the game. Just focus on the players. And it was really awesome to see him say that.
It really sucks for Monty and Doa because they're two phenomenal guys that love esports, that work hard. They're great casters, both of them. I think Monte Cristo has one of the best voices in all of esports. The guy's he's great, man.
And his league, he is like the Artosis of League. Like, he knows his shit in that game, man. He's really good.
Like, those guys deserve zero hate. They're fucking awesome, man. They're really two of the greatest ambassadors for esports out there. So it's unfortunate that there would be any drama. Watch you want to watch, enjoy the games. It's going to be a great event.
Yeah. Well, let's actually talk about the event because the groups are out there. I need to pull them up real quick. We talked a little bit, of course. The Axiom group is both player.
Yeah.
Is it two? Or, yeah, you only have only two.
Both my guys are in there. Ryung starts off against MVP, and Alicia gets Kangho.
Well, let's just go down the line here. We'll start with Group A: Sulky, Alive, TLO, Stefano. And they actually have the matches, which are a little bit more important here. Sulky going up against Alive. Sulky's should probably win that. TLO Stefano's going to be not a toss-up, but
that's the match
it's
that decides second place in the group, in my opinion.
You think? You think TLO and Steph can both and Stefano can both take out Alive?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Absolutely.
Did you see Alive versus Revive? No, you didn't. You were playing fucking Star Strikers.
Star Strikers. I like the football. Exactly. Sulky probably wins that group for sure, which is what you were obviously saying, Ben. Yeah, Group A, that was easy. That's easy. Let's go on to Group B. TotalBiscuit, you already gave your thoughts on this. MVP, Ryung, Kangho, and Alicia. Ben and mOOnGLaDeau, who takes this? We'll just get some quick predictions.
I think Ryung and Alicia are one of them is going to get out, in my opinion. I want to be an MVP believer, but I don't know why. I'm just not right now. Losira or Kangho probably goes, I don't know, it's first or second for Losira, and then first or second for either Ryung or Alicia, in my opinion.
Wow, doubting MVP.
down the bottom there.
Wow, man.
Even mOOnGLaDeau can't believe it. He's like, fuck, Ben,
wow,
what are
man.
you doing?
I do think MVP will get first. I have faith in MVP. He looked really good in the European finals, and I'm hoping Losira can do it. But he's really like he's a dark horse in like every tournament. His style can vary. He can play amazing or he can play pretty bad. So it really depends on the day. But if not Losira, I definitely think Ryung.
I think MVP Ryung should definitely be a really, really good match to start that group off.
Absolutely.
That should be a lot of fun.
That'd be actually
really
interesting.
good TBT.
Yeah. I think the TVTs of this tournament in general should be really good as we go to the next one. 4GG obviously in here. He's going to have a tough time getting out of Group C with Hero, SOS, and Symbol. Going up against Hero first off.
That's a sick... Yeah, those three guys, they're all...
It's not a fun group.
No.
Yeah, they're going to crush him.
Yeah, he wanted to find a group with Terran in it, and if he gets out of that group, then he's got a good shot because he may end up against the Terran considering the current lineup, but in that group, he's going to be struggling.
Big time.
SOS Symbol 1-2, in my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree completely. Though it'd be nice to see Hero get through. I mean, he is the America's hope.
How is SOS's PvP?
Captain America.
Is it as unorthodox as all his other shit?
His PvP is pretty good. Like statistically, he's 7-4, I believe.
He's like the best fucking guy in Pro League right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's won his last 3 PvPs against Parting, Jangbi, and Stork.
Wow, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that could go anywhere. And I think SOS definitely gets out. At that point, I don't see 4GG getting out, so it ends up being between Hero and Symbol. I think probably Hero SOS might go, which would actually not be too bad. It would be nice to see more Protoss advance to the round of 8.
Yeah, I'd love to see the 2 Protoss come out of Group C because there's only one other in the tournament with Alicia in Group B, which is obviously a pretty tough group as well. So we'll see. We'll see. My picks, I think Hero will make it out of there. I don't think 4GG has a chance. I'll take Symbol for the other one.
Nice.
I think that's who I'm going to go with. Group D, the fun group, in my opinion. Innovation, Revival, Damaga, and Aurora. All right, guys. Innovation wins this group. 6. So
Big time, man.
he will make it out of there no matter what. It does not matter. And then I think Revival wins his ZVZs, as we saw.
Wow, you're high. You are high
I didn't have
Roro?
faith.
Whatever
Really?
you're smoking, I want you to send me some.
No, man. Revival Roro would be a good match, but I think Revival wins.
Nah, Roro is gonna wipe the
Obliterate
floor
him.
with her
Are
back.
you kidding me?
Planet are you
actually-
from?
It's gonna be
Roro?
disgusting and R-rated, man. It's gonna be messed
Roro
up.
might win the group, actually.
Really?
For
You think he can take out Innovation?
Maybe Innovation's soul is being crushed from that losing those finals. You never know. It could be like really weighing heavily on his mentality.
No, man. He's a Kespa player. They don't have souls or mentalities. They just play the game. they don't have any of that. Innovation wins this no matter what. Second is what needs to be decided on here.
I'm gonna say Roro, though. As much like I pray to God, Tamaga does it. Because Tamaga's a champion.
Tamaga's the
and a
kind of
hero.
person that can bust out something crazy and really upset somebody, and it would be awesome to see it because he will roar and shake the house down if he does it.
Yeah,
So I wanna see that.
he's a character to watch, man. When he
Damn
wins,
right.
it's so fun.
Amazing.
Damaga's the one that everyone wants to win. I think is the best.
Yes.
part of this step.
I would like to put Damaga into Group C, like switch Damaga with SOS, and then now you've got a real chance of
Yeah.
him getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is just too hard of a group, man. There's no way to get past Innovation and Roro. Those two guys are fucking incredible. Like there's you can make a case for those being the two best players in the world.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Sulky, Roro, and Innovation. Those three are the players to watch in this tournament.
Yeah.
And SOS.
Well, then that's the next question here. I mean, are Innovation and Sulky and even Roar like ahead of everyone else so much so in StarCraft 2 that those three can already be crowned the top 3 in the tournament?
No, they're not ahead of everyone else in StarCraft 2, but the Kespa players are ahead of the rest of the pack.
You don't think Innovation's on another level with Sulky compared to everyone else?
No, I don't. He's
I think
very
he's-
good, man.
he's
But the Kespa
playing
guys are
very well. But they're all very good. And I mean, even Symbol could probably, on a good day, take out
Mm-hmm.
Innovation's this crazy Roach Bane style, which seems to be Innovation's bane.
Yeah, we should of course point out that the series are the dual tournament style best of 3. So if you want to snipe someone like Innovation, that's the place to do it instead of trying to beat him in a best of 7.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to start asking yourself, is Innovation a choker? Because this isn't, 3 times now that he's sort of come up short on a
That's
big
very
stage?
true, yeah.
So
Okay.
it's kind of just a matter of time before he wins something. But Roro is a threat to Innovation, a Symbol, SOS, both threats to Innovation, Sulky certainly. I don't see anybody else here taking games off of him. But any one of those Kespa guys could win this tournament, in my opinion.
Fair call. I agree.
All right. Well, all the action kicks off in 2 hours and 45 minutes from now, which I'm so happy to have a Korean tournament in prime time for America. It sucks
I'm
for
right.
Europe. Europe gets to finally know what it feels like. Get screwed, guys. But I'm so tired of Paulo being like, it's 9 a.m., time to eat my eggs and watch GSL. Like, fuck you, man. Screw you. Now we get to eat our dinners and enjoy
He has a
some
competitive
stuff.
analytical advantage over other casters by being able to do that. What an asshole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fucked up.
So
It's like 11 a.m. for me, so I'm sitting sweet, man.
You're great, man. You
Yeah.
can eat some lunch.
Glade, are you just always in a good time zone? Is Australia never screwed?
Well, I had to wake up at 6:30 for this thing, so no.
only when I call upon him, Ben, is he screwed for time. Oh god. So yeah, watch that. I believe you can either obviously watch it through OGN, watch it through GOM. I think you just go over to wcs.battle.net. It'll have your time zone in there because it automatically changes that to, I think, your IP when you first go to the site. So WCS doing a good job. Everyone's gonna have their eyes on the finals and see what's going on there. Then everyone's gonna have their eyes on season 2 because apparently it's supposed to start here very, very soon. And
Really?
we're all kind of waiting to see what's going on with that. If there's going to be any sweeping changes, if it's going to be more of the same. And I suspect some changes, but I don't think we're going to see any format changes. Who knows what's going to happen with all the broadcasting and all that stuff, if times are going to change or anything like that. But overall, I think, WCS Season 1 for how rushed it was and how much pressure they had on them, I think they did a pretty good job kind of looking back. Especially
I
with
think
the
it
amount
was
of shit
very well run.
that everyone, TB included, gave them.
And I don't take back any of it. Thank you very much.
No, I don't think anyone should. Look, I mean that's how you make better shit is by taking criticism from. Well, maybe not TB's criticism. He was a little bit hard.
The fuck?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
TB is the man, but I'm gonna share this story, John, because one day I was in fucking Santa Monica eating lunch, and I get a phone call from my boss, and he's like, "I got to create some distance, man. TotalBiscuit's been talking to people, and I might have to let you go." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
What?
What?
What the fuck?
Holy
No,
shit.
it's like no. Don't let me blow it up and make it bigger than it is. But you remember our little chat we had that one night, John?
Yeah, I never released that.
I know, but the whatever, the waves around it.
Wow. That's
I got caught up
that's
in it.
like a superpower. Holy shit.
Yeah. Fucking TotalBiscuit, man. You're
Self-proclaimed superpower.
I'm the lamest internet superhero now. It's great.
you can just fucking like TB reaches out and blows up MrBitter just like boom.
Oh god. Oh god. All right, guys. That is it for WCS. Like I was saying, go check out your local time zone or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying here. Go WCS.battle.net and go see when it comes on. Watch it when it's live. It's going to be awesome. Going to be great matches tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to discuss some more of the recent news in the state of StarCraft 2. We'll see you guys in about 4 or 5 minutes.